Hey, let's talk about the expression gone to pot. What the heck does that mean? Let me sneak a drink of coffee. Gone to pot. This expression's been around way longer than I thought. I thought it was a more modern expression and it meant like lost to drugs or something, but really it dates back to the 1500s and it refers to barnyard animals. When a barnyard animal had outlived its useful life, it could no longer give milk or eggs or pull a wagon. They would actually slaughter and butcher it, and it would be cooked in a pot and served as dinner. So it literally meant the animal had gone to the pot. It had gone to pot and was still being useful because it was being used as energy in another form, as food and fuel for people, instead of laying eggs or pulling wagons or giving milk and used to feed other animals. It had outlived its original useful life, according to people. It gotten worse and worse. So maybe a cow, as it got older, gave less and less milk. Maybe a hen, as it got older, laid less and less eggs, and then pretty soon it didn't lay any eggs at all. And it's like, oh, we might as well have a chicken dinner because it's not laying eggs anymore. Or as an ox got old and could no longer pull the wagon, or I don't know what they used to pull wagons back then, but whatever kind of animal, it would be butchered and cooked in a pot and eaten. So it was just transformed into some other use. So how does this affect our businesses? What does this have to do with growing our businesses? A couple things initially I think of when I hear this, and you might as well. When something's gone to pot, it's ruined, it's getting worse and worse, it's deteriorating. And a lot of times the products and services that we create for our customers are because they are having challenges or problems or going to pot in certain areas of their life or businesses, and they want to have improvement. They want to have a solution for a problem in those areas. We also can look at this expression in terms of actually stepping back and looking at our own businesses. Are there areas as we're growing and supersizing our business that are not really optimal? Are they a challenge for us? Have we let them slip? Have we let them just fall by the wayside because we're not paying attention to them? So often in our businesses, especially as we're growing, we end up focusing on the things that are urgent and that are in our face and that are, I have to fix this right now. And as that's happening, there's other areas of our business that just slide by the wayside and get worse and worse. A lot of companies, as they're growing, this happens in the area of customer service. This happens in the area of on-time delivery. It happens in the area of systems and procedures and processes that are actually documented and put in place to make sure that things don't deteriorate, to make sure that things continually improve, to make sure that things get better and better instead of worse and worse. And so not only are we looking for this and looking for opportunities to serve our customers better by looking for areas where they're struggling in or maybe getting worse, but in our own businesses, in our own organizations, in our own behavior as we're growing, are we letting certain areas and aspects of our life and business slip when we should be actually paying a little bit more balanced attention to them? You know, it seems like in the areas of our finances, in the areas of our weight or things that we personally judge ourselves on, and maybe that's more of a woman thing than man thing, but I don't think so. I think it's a human thing. Or health, and in the areas of our relationships, our partnerships, our businesses, our vendors, our customer relationships. If we don't pay attention, at least partially, to each of those aspects of our life and our business, we're going to get into trouble because they are going to get worse and worse. If we don't pay attention to our health, now I can personally attest to this, it will get worse and worse to the point of you will pay attention to it. You will get sick, you will get a disease, you will drop over dead because you're not paying attention to your health. It will get worse and worse if you don't at least give it the amount of attention that it needs so that it doesn't go to pot. That happened to me in 2010. I had a sudden cardiac arrest because I spent decades focusing on work and finances and money and running through my life and not actually paying attention to my health. And my health said, you've neglected us for a couple of decades now. It's time to pay attention. And everything stopped. And then health had to become my focus until my health reached a normal level and I could go back to paying attention to my businesses and my finances and running through my life. So are you in any area of your life letting things slip, letting things go? And if you are, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what can I do to stop this decline right now? Because there's always something that we can do. If you need help with that, hit me up because I'm pretty good at getting out of declines and getting out of areas where I have personally gone to pot, or one of my businesses or someone else's business has gone to pot, and we need to, stop the bleeding and fix that situation right away. That's it. Go out, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Make sure that you're not letting the things that are most important to you, and that's usually growing and supersizing our business, our relationships, and our personal health, those areas, make sure none of those are just getting worse and worse. And if they are, just remind yourself everything is fixable and changeable. There's nothing that's ever such a lost cause that it can't change. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye.